amazing opportunity about 8 years ago. And the reason why I initially got involved, honestly, was just for some financial relief. I was open. I said, listen, if you could show me how to make an extra $1,000 a month with everything I have going on, that could relieve some things in my life. Anybody feel me? So I wasn't even thinking as big as what ACN has done for me in my life today. For me, it just started off as something I fit in between my everyday lifestyle. Anybody on here busy? Look, I was very busy. I had a lot going on, but I didn't want to have to go get a third or a second job. So this fit right in where I could fit it in the cracks of my schedule. So if you are that busy person, this is for you. You can learn how to build business around everything else you have going on. And obviously that's how it started. Now, fast forward today, due to the amazing system that's in place and trainings and the leadership that we have just like this, me and my organization, we have been able to reach thousands upon thousands of customers all around the world, even today in multiple countries. Guys, I'm telling you, I've never imagined anything like that happening for me. I started off just like you, just open to doing something extra. If it's time freedom, extra income, maybe you want to pay for daycare, maybe you want to pay for medical bills, maybe you want to pay student loans off, maybe you want to travel more with your family. Look, you could find that right here in this amazing opportunity. So my job is to go into detail on what it is that we have here, and honestly, just the mindset that it takes to build this business, because a lot of you are already successful. A lot of you have a lot of other things going on in your life that's great, but it is a specific ACM mindset when it comes to building this business. All right. Now, a few things you need to do. For one, you need to make a decision, and don't just make a decision to do ACN, but make a decision to win here. Okay. Make a decision to win in ACN. Anybody's going to make who's going to make the decision today to win in ACN, right? You've already made the decision that you're going to do ACN. How about we win in ACN and we win together? Because it's a lot of times we compare ACN to like the gym. I know Mrs. Chanel Burt always uses that example. Anybody going to the gym working out? I know I've been working out lately, and it's honestly a decision every single day to make a decision to work out, to make a decision to eat healthy, to make a decision to only have 2 cups of coffee. Yes, guys, I have an issue. I love 4, 5, 6, 7, but I only can have 2 cups of coffee because it's not good for me in my workout plan, right? So it's an everyday decision. That's the same thing. You have to make a decision to make the calls. You have to make a decision to keep going and understand that it's a learning curve. Okay. Look, you're not going to know everything right away. But what I love about ACN is you can earn while you learn. Anybody like that? Like, you don't have to be a professional. You know, if I wanted to be a doctor, I can't make doctor money while learning how to become a doctor. Does that make sense? But here in ACN, it's unlimited income potential. You can make as much money as you want to, and you get to learn on the way. It's nothing else better out there than what we have here, guys. And it's also going to be an emotional roller coaster. Understand that things sometimes won't go the way you expected. And all of us have had that emotional roller coaster. I remember when I first got involved in the business, right? I remember seeing the opportunity. I was super excited. I remember going home, telling my mom about the information because I was, struggling times. I was 22 years old, trying to figure out life, still living with my mom. So y'all know how I really needed this to work, right? So I was trying to explain the business to her. And I remember her not being negative as just a negative parent. She just was worried that I might have got myself involved in something that wasn't legit because I didn't give her the information. She didn't see the presentation the way that I see it. Does that make sense? So some of you, when you're out there having these conversations or you're throwing up on people, you're saying too much, and you'll learn from Mr. Womack on how to properly do that. We sometimes get offended of their opinion, and they'll take us from a high to a low. So I was super excited, but then when my mother was negative, I was a little bit not as excited as I was when I first saw the information. And understand you'll go through that. But I just kept doing the business. And 3 weeks later, my mom wound up getting involved with me. And now today, my mother's a regional director in my business with 2 regional directors underneath her. So isn't that awesome? So it's an emotional roller coaster, but I had the right mental attitude going into this. Even though she didn't see the vision, I still had the vision. I wanted to get out of her house. I needed that extra $1,000 a month. I knew I could cover my own expenses if I could make that on top of everything else I had going on. So have that mental attitude and understand some will, somewhere, some will, somewhere, some will, somewhere, some will. Just always have that mindset. Somewhere, some will. If somebody's negative, somewhere, some will. And have long-term thinking and never stop speaking about the ACN business and always keep it at the forefront of your mind. And that's why you want to stay plugged into events like this and determine why you're building a business and understand your why will change over time. Obviously, extra $1,000 a month today with the lifestyle that I have today will not work, right? But back then, that was my why. Back then, when I first got involved 8 years ago, when I was 22 years old, I just wanted to get out of my mother's basement. I just needed a couple extra $100 or $1,000. That was great for me. That was my why. But over time, my why changed. Then I wanted to get my mom to regional director. We accomplished that. Then I wanted to help other business partners get to regional director. We accomplished that. Then I wanted to remodel my mom's house, still in the process. And we've accomplished different parts of her house where that has already happened. So your why will continue to change, but it's as long as you have it at the forefront of your mind, everything else is irrelevant. Anyone that's negative to me today, it doesn't even matter because now I need to retire my mother. She'll be 68 and she's still working, right? So now my goal is to retire her. So any negative person is not going to get in the way of that because the other whys have already been accomplished. Your first why could be you just want to make the bonus. If you make the July or if you made the June bonus, that shows you ACN work. If you made the first $75, that shows you it worked. So just keep developing that why over and over and over and understand it's okay if it changes. And these are the characteristics for success in anything. You have to bring some desire. But we can't teach you desire here. We can't teach you work ethic, but what you can do is get around people who have desire, stick around people who have work ethic, get around people who are committed to things, people who have positive attitude, enthusiasm, urgency, and understand sorting. So just stick around people who have these characteristics because I didn't have these characteristics when I got started. I had work ethic, I had desire, but I wasn't a oh so positive person. I lived in a world where, it was just a mindset that I had to switch. So they have books out there, personal development, get with your mentor and they can direct you on some things to feed your mind so you can become that person, so you can have those positive characteristics and understand all of us work towards those characteristics every single day. And this is the sorting. Spend 90% of your time with those who are interested, 10% of the time those who are not, and 0% of your time with those who aren't interested. Well, my mother was negative. I didn't try to convince her that this business was great for us, right? I didn't try to convince her that she needs to do this. And I didn't even try to convince her to support me. Okay. I figured I'd ask for forgiveness later. Okay. I just went on and did it. And I spent 90% of the time that those who were willing and those who tapped into the vision. And I spent 10% of the time those who wanted to think about it. And I made sure to get them as a customer and constantly check up and check in with them because life changes for all of us. So always understand people get involved in ACN not based upon you, but they get involved based upon what's going on in their life. It was just the right time and the right moment for me to get involved in this business. All right. So professional sort, amateur sell. Convincing is draining. So don't convince people. You want to be a professional and sort and listen. People will tell you why why they want to do the business, or they'll tell you why they don't want to do the business. Just move on. All right. And understand someone that's saying no today doesn't mean it's a no forever. I have a best friend that I went to college with. She told me no for 2 years. I remember hitting the position now, which is regional director. She got started with me. And from her getting started, she introduced me to a guy named Mr. Joshua Brown. Some of you know him at regional director out of Syracuse. Today, okay, 6 years later, because I've been in for 8 years, 6 years later, even though that best friend, it took her 2 years to join me, even though she doesn't actively build the business with me, 6 years later, I am still acquiring business partners and customers outside of the Syracuse, New York marketplace from a best friend that told me no for 2 years straight, but then finally said yes. And even though that best friend isn't side by side building the business with me, that one conversation, or that, no, may not be a no forever, and me just following up with her and continuing to build ACN and having success, her decision joining me 2 years in, which was now 6 years ago, I am still making money off of understanding sorting, not being negative to her, not cutting her off as a best friend, and her coming back and joining me at the right time for her. And now today, that organization is still building, still getting customers, still getting business partners. So understand sorting. A no doesn't mean a no forever. Don't burn bridges. Be nice, move on, ask them to support, and you just keep building. You just keep working on yourself, because understand the company is the same for everyone. The only difference is you. Look, I know how some of you feel. Some of you don't have capital. I didn't either. Some of you don't have a big network. I didn't either. Some of you don't have, a lot of Facebook friends, a lot of Instagram friends. I didn't have a Facebook until I joined ACN. I know how you feel. Look, I understand. I felt the same way. And I used to feel those who have great credit, or those who have big capital, those who dress better, those who have the nice cars, are the ones that have the most success. And I was all wrong. Those things don't matter. If you continue to develop as an individual, and you continue and you have vision and you're positive and you carry those characteristics, people will follow someone with vision before they follow anyone that just has money. Having a bunch of money is great. Fancy cars is great, but the right people will follow you if you have the right vision and you have those characteristics, and they know you have their back, and you're in the trenches with them, working, doing Zooms and helping them have success here. That's what people care about. So you are the only difference. The company is the same, and so is the services. Now I get to talk to you guys about the compensation plan. And I'm a firm believer, all right, if you understand how the money works, then you'll go out there and do something. Because when you first got whatever job you currently have, or whatever business that you're involved in, whatever you do to make income, your first question was, how much money am I going to make, right? Anybody first, how much money I'm going to make? Now, what I love about ACN, there is no cap on your income here. There was always a cap on how I made money in other places, but there is no cap on your income here. So understand, we get paid two separate ways: residual income and customer acquisition bonuses. Now, residual is first because this is why we're involved, for long-term income. Because with residual income, this is where you can have time and money. It's a lot of people out there that make a lot of money, right? But they have little to no time. Then there's a lot of people out there that have all the time in the world, but they have little to no money. All right. So understand, these are the two ways that we get paid. So the customer acquisition bonuses, they're just there for you to stay excited about the opportunity as you build towards your residual income. Now, understand, if you're in your first 30 days, you qualify for the first bonus, which is the 3 services, 7 points. But if you're out of your 30 days, you have calendar month to calendar month, okay, to go after these other bonuses, which starts at the 5 services. So I always like to teach everybody to go for 5 services, 10 points immediately, and that'll make you your $200 and keep going. And that's your first goal. But after that, just focus on 30 services, 30 partners in 30 days, and you will mistakenly hit these bonuses. Because if you fall short of 30 services, but you still reach 11 services, isn't $600 still good? I know I would cash that check, and so would you. And as you build those bonuses every single month that you go after them, you'll also qualify residual income. Now, the ultimate goal is 200 points. So you could maximize at 20%, but you're going to work your way there. So they're going to immediately start to pay you at 3%. And what I love about this business, look, I wasn't the best in ACN, okay? It took me some time. I am still messing my way up to the top. Even at regional vice president, I am still earning and learning, just like all of you. All right, my position just has different letters in front of it. But what I love about our compensation plan is there were customers that I acquired back in 2014, but I remember not hitting 100 points until it was about 2020 or 20, no, excuse me, it was 2019 when I finally hit 100 points. It took me 5 years to get to 100 points. But guess what? That's okay. Because even though I acquired those customers back in 2014, immediately when I hit 100 points, my percentage went from 3% to 14%. Now, isn't that awesome? There's no better way to make money, guys. So you just keep building, because you will keep getting these increases. And those customers you got years ago or weeks ago or months ago, you're now get paid a more percentage off of them as you continue to build the business. And they also allow you to get paid on your team's points. Once you hit 75 customer points or more, you get paid on different levels, okay? Different levels. So this is the one of the July, this is the July bonus. This is it simplified, okay? This is just for example purposes only. But I always like to teach people 555. 555 make you 525. 555 make you 525. You can even draw this for your new business partners and circle and let them know, have them go after 5 services, 10 points. And then we're going to help 2 people do the same thing. 5 services, 10 points. That makes you $525 immediately. And that's going to make you something called ETL. And the exciting thing about ETL is now you get something called CAD bonuses. And CAD bonuses mean you get paid bonuses for helping your business partners CQ. So as an executive team leader, you get $50 for every person you help become customer qualified. Now, customer qualified is the most important position in the company, because that's when you're qualified to make money. So if you're not customer qualified, you want to get there. And this is a hypothetical example. When you get 10 new business partners and as an executive, that's a $500 that you can make as a hypothetical example. But you don't want to stop there, because at ETL, when you promote other ETLs, guess what? You don't get the CAD bonuses off of them, but you do at RC. So this is the next position that you want to go to, because look at that bonus. You went from $50 to $150. Look at that increase. Who's ready to go RC today? Right? You need to get there like yesterday. Now go on RC. What's exciting about RC, you get paid, you still get paid bonuses unlimited underneath your other ETLs, underneath your other executive team leaders. And a bonus is still $100, which is double what you were getting paid at ETL. But if there's no ETL there, you get $150. So this is a hypothetical example. Same example of getting 10 business partners. That could be $1,500 to $1,000 compared to $500. So who wants to increase? Of course you do. But why don't you want to stop at RC? Because it gets better at RD. At RD, you get paid, not only do you get paid off your executive team leaders, you also get bonuses off your regional coordinators, your RCs, and when you promote a regional director, you still get a CAD bonus off of your other regional directors. So look at the money. It's just increased for the same work. Just 10 business partners. If there's no ETL or regional coordinator or regional director, that's $250 for every qualified rep. Now, if there is an ETL, it's still $200. And if there's a RD or a regional coordinator, it's still $100. So you see increase, increase, increase. So you guys want to get to these promotions, get to these bonuses fast, get RD done. Look, everyone should be going for RD within your first 2 months or so involved in the business. Get to the position and figure it out later. So hopefully that helped you all. I'm looking forward